Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the whole world. We've been in Florida since the 1840s, about 170 years, 8 generations. And I was very blessed to be raised by parents, grandparents that lived in the old Florida cracker culture, the Gladesman's culture. My resort here, which is natural and the wildlife is so plentiful. I'm Alligator Ron. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades. And let's go out into the beautiful wetlands and find an alligator. Let's talk a little bit about the American alligator. We just pulled up here and the mama's out there and you can see all the little babies. And actually I watched these about 3 months ago come out of their shell. They were in a nest right over here. And they're very important to the environment. In all the big wetlands out here in cypress swamps, the alligators dig caves. And it's very important to the other animals because that's where they get water in the rainy season. Alligators can live to be 80 to 100 years old. And they grow about 1 foot a year for the first 6 years, and then 1 inch a year for every year thereafter. And they're very important to the environment, to have a healthy food chain out here in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the world. We're going to release this back into the beautiful Everglades, and long live the alligator. Very beautiful. I'm Alligator Ron. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, and let's go out in the beautiful swamps and see if we can find a bear. That is beautiful. This is a beautiful male bear, probably weighs 500–600 pounds. And the bear is a true success story. Back in the 90s, the bear was threatened. And across all of Florida, there was only 3 to maybe 500 bears. Today, we have 4,000 or 5,000 bears. And very, very important to the food chain in the beautiful Everglades. And to have a healthy environment, you have to have a healthy food chain. So what's so important into the future is to manage the environment, the ecology, to protect all of our wildlife and all of our endangered species and all of our plant communities. And if we do that, the bear will continue to be a success story. And it's a beautiful animal in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the world. Beautiful mama bear with a little cub. Looks like that cub is probably about 3 months old. Absolutely gorgeous. And bears have a home range of about 65 square miles. And the mom bears have 1 to 3 cubs a year. And I'm kind of keeping my distance here because when they have cubs, they're very protective, so you want to be careful, when they have cubs. And the mama bear looks like she's alerted a little bit here. Oh, look at here. Here comes another bear, a big male bear. Yeah, that's why she's alerted. And here comes another bear. Wow. Yeah, that's a male too. Yeah, that mama bear is gonna stay right at the base of the tree and kind of protection. I'm sure that little bear is gonna stay up there until these 2 big ones leave the general area, these bears live to be about 15 years old in a natural environment. You know, I think what's going to happen here is this mama bear will try to take the two males off into the swamps, and then she'll circle back to get her little cub, because the male bears can be aggressive. She's starting to take them off now, and the little bear, you can hear it crying up there, wanting its mom back. Okay, here she comes. Yeah, just what I thought. She took those two male bears off, and she's coming right back to get her little cub. So let's watch this. Okay, here she comes. Yeah. Boy, is that beautiful. She's coming right down the tree, right to her mom. She waited for her mom, and they're going off together, safe and sound, into the beautiful Everglades. Absolutely gorgeous to see nature and see how a mom protects her little cubs. And a lot of times why these males will try to kill the little cub is the female will not go back into breeding when they have a cub. So that's why they have to be very protective. But boy, that is gorgeous. They're just going right off into the swamps in the beautiful Everglades. Well, I'm Alligator Ron. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, and we're going to go out into the beautiful swamps and try to find a panther today. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, and I want to talk a little bit about the panther, one of the most endangered species on our planet. You know, back in the early 80s, we were down to 20 to 30 panthers, and there was a lot of interbreeding. So there was problems genetically with the panther. So we developed a program in the panther study, and we were able to bring the panther back to where we have a sustainable population, which is a tremendous success story. You know, the panther years ago was in the whole southeastern United States. And today, Florida in the beautiful Everglades is the only place that has a panther habitat that supports a sustainable population. You know, another important issue is the underpasses and fencing throughout the Everglades here to protect the panther. And on Alligator Alley, it's a proven fact that the underpasses and the fencing does very well. There's been very little interconnection and collisions with cars and panthers on Alligator Alley. So we have to look at 29, 833, 846, Key Wright Road, all these other highways, and try to provide more protection for the panther. And the other thing is to manage water levels in the beautiful Everglades that's compatible with the environment, the ecology, all our wildlife, all of our endangered species, and all of our plant communities. And with Everglades restoration, the largest restoration in the history of the world, I believe we can do that. So the Everglades and the panther will live on for many generations into the future. And it's important that we protect that environment because 9 million people rely on the Everglades for their drinking water as well. So long live the panther and long live the beautiful Everglades, and we together can save it. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm filming a Florida panther, an endangered species, one of the most beautiful animals just sitting right there. Very, very beautiful. Boy, what a rare thing to film a panther. They're so elusive and they just sitting right there. Boy, Absolutely beautiful to film a Florida panther, one of the most endangered species on the planet. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm Alligator Ron. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades. And let's go out into the swamps and see if we can find a piney rooter hog. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the world. And you can see in the background we have the piney rooter hogs. Now these hogs got loose off the Spanish ships 500 years ago on the west coast of Florida, entered into the beautiful Everglades and acclimated to the environment and multiplied by the thousands. And truly they become a food source for the panther, an endangered species. In this beautiful environment, still today, 500 years later, we have the piney rooter hogs in the swamps out here and become very important to the food chain. I'm Alligator Ron. We're at Green Glades West in the beautiful Everglades, and let's go out and see if we can find a deer. Well, we're in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the world, and we're going to talk about the white-tailed deer. The white-tailed deer out here in the Everglades, they call them aquatic deer. Very, very important to the food chain. Matter of fact, one of the main sources for the panther. I've been out here an awful long time, all my life actually, and have become very friendly with the white-tailed deer. When they hear Alligator Ron's here, they normally come to visit me. Sometimes I feel like the deer whisperer. And these are two bucks that actually they're getting ready to go into rut, which is their mating season. But it's not normal to be this close to deer, and you need to be a little bit careful with them. They're pretty friendly, but any animal can be, unpredictable. So in order to have a healthy environment, you have to have a very healthy food chain. And out here in the beautiful Everglades, the deer are very plentiful and very beautiful. If you notice this one, the biggest buck in the bunch here, he's got 3 main beams, which is very, very unusual. Matter of fact, it's the first time I've ever seen that. This particular area on the Green Glades West Ranch is the start of the headwaters of the Kissimmee Billy Swamp, one of the most pristine hammocks of cypress trees in all of Florida. Back in the 1800s, when they timbered all of this, they left very few trees behind. Fortunately, they skipped by some virgin cypress right here at the headwaters. The tree dates back 500 years ago, and the cypress knees are about 6 foot tall. You can imagine that that tree was there when the Spaniards landed in the 1500s. And just think about all the storms and hurricanes and lightning that this tree endured. As your commissioner, I am very honored and very humble to protect the wildlife and the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the world. And long live the Everglades and the wildlife that lives in the beautiful Everglades, one of the natural wonders of the whole world.